Hi there, it's Ange and welcome to my channel if you're new. This is a video I've debated about making or not, but then I decided screw it, I'm going to, because I have a certain privilege over 3% of the British population. It's this, the colour of my skin. And I don't know, I feel like I can't go to a Black Lives Matter march or a protest, but this is something I can do. Now, before people jump on me for saying you're joining a bandwagon or similar, I would like it known that I have already donated to Black Lives Matter. I've already signed a myriad of petitions that have been doing the rounds, and well, you'll see what else I'm going to do as the video goes on. So I think most people have seen the footage now of what happened to Floyd George. Tragic, awful, despicable, and I'm so glad that the cops involved are now facing charges. It shouldn't have took them that long when it's on video that it was clearly murder. I'm not going to comment further on that. That is up to the US law courts to do the due process and whatever now. But what I am going to comment on is how I've heard people in my own life saying, you know, why are the British jumping in on the protests? Because it isn't just an American problem. For every Eric Gardner and Floyd George, or there's a whole list of people I can name right now. Brianna, Tamia Rice, so many. We have a similar problem in this country. Let me just give you some names. I've wrote them down. Sarah Reid, she died in prison because she had mental health problems, basically. Jimmy Mubenga, he died on a flight in Heathrow Airport where he was restrained in such a way that he was strangled by 3 immigration officers. Rasheen Charles, the list could go on. Rasheen Charles was also choked. The biggest one, and the one that I definitely remember most, is the one that should have ended this many years ago. It's like over 20 years ago now. Stephen Lawrence. At the time, it was found in a report, once it was all said and done, that the police were institutionally racist. You want to know the really shocking thing? Out of all of them names that I've mentioned of British victims of police brutality, they were all black and nobody's been charged for them. In fact, the last time a police officer was charged in this country for the death of a prisoner was in 1969. We have got to do better. We have got to do better. Admittedly, the problem, as far as I can tell, is not that big. Well, it's big, okay? There's no getting around it. One person dying in police custody under them circumstances is one person too much. But compared to the United States, let me give you some further facts that may convince you that we have a problem in this country. Black people are 9 times more likely to be targeted with a stop and search. They're 5 times more likely to have force used against them by the police, and they're 2 times more likely to die in police custody. That is shocking. That is shocking statistics. And yes, you know, statistics can be twisted to whichever argument you want, but it shouldn't be happening, full stop, you know? And let me just give you one more name. It's not just a problem with police custody, it's a problem with British society in general. Belly Mujinga, I hope I've not messed that name up. She was a British train conductor who shouldn't have been at work anyway because she had underlying health conditions, but she was at work for whatever reason, and I can completely understand her going to work. Not everybody can be furloughed, and not everybody can afford to not have a full wage, and that is an entirely separate problem. But for whatever reason, she was at work and she was spat at by some horrible person I'm not going to name. I'm not going to give him the glory of being named. But she later died of COVID. There is a similar case just gone through the courts where a police officer was spat at, and that person is now doing, the person who did the spitting is now doing jail time. Benny Mohingas at this present moment in time is not. There is a campaign, and you know, there's appeals and all of that going on, and I will do links in the description box if you want to look further into that. And I'll also put links in for petitions I've signed and where you can donate. But as a white person, I guess I feel guilty in a way, because it's took the media coverage of what's happening in America to make me, you know, wake up and become aware of just how big a problem this is, not just in America but in my own country as well. And I need to do better. This isn't like, you know, white person guilt right now. It kind of is, but like, I am not aware of my country's history with regards to this. I'm not aware of black history in this country, and that's horrible to say. I wasn't aware of my own privilege of just having light skin, and that is something that I am going to change. I say the privilege thing because it wasn't until I found a TikTok video of all things, and I think the user is called Boss Big Mama. I will link the video in the description box as well. And it's one of them put your finger down things. So it's like, put your finger down if you feel fear when you're dealing with the police. Put your finger down if you have taught your child how not to be killed by the police. Put your finger down if you have been refused service because of the colour of your skin. That kind of thing. And yes, I put 3 fingers down, but the fact that I still had 7 fingers up because of something like skin colour. We are still all human at the end of the day. We all need to breathe, we all need to eat, we all need to drink. We all have the same biological functions. It's just so we have a different skin colour. Everybody's human. And this isn't me going all lives matter, because should be, but it's not. Let me use an allegory, whatever the word is, that I saw. You've probably seen it on the internet as well. And it is a cartoon of a house on fire. Call the fire brigade. We need to sort this house out. And the person is refusing because what about my house? But your house isn't on fire. Yeah, but my house has termites. Why doesn't my house matter? I might have messed it up a bit, but you know, the message is there. Well, your termites is not a bigger problem as this house being on fire right now. Until we sort the problem of racism and black people being killed needlessly, that is the bigger problem right now. Yes, all lives do matter, but not all lives are at risk of police brutality right now. Black lives are. And so we need to sort that problem out before we can say all lives matter, because black lives matter right now. This is the problem right now. When we've sorted that out, then we can say all lives matter, because at the moment it seems like all lives don't matter. You get what I'm saying? I hope that wasn't entirely clumsy and offensive. So yeah, as I say, I'm doing the work. I've ordered some books and to educate myself, and please do not approach your local black friend and go, give us a history lesson, or why is this such a problem? There's resources on the internet. Google them. Go and watch a documentary on Netflix. Go and read a book. This is something as white people we can be doing. This is something as white people we can do to show our support and get an understanding of the issues. Because if we're going to be better allies, we need to have that understanding in the first place. That's just my thoughts on it. So I've ordered a couple of books and I'm going to educate myself, and then I'm going to educate myself further by researching the history of black colonialism, etc, etc. And in the meantime, that is what I'm doing. That is something I can do to help further the cause, because if I'm educated about it, then when my nearest and dearest, or even the people on the street, start talking bullshit, I can actually then be in a better position to say, actually, no, stop, you're wrong. So that is something we can be doing as white people to become a better ally. We can join a march if you feel that you're able to. We can donate money. We can sign petitions. We can just be a friend to black people right now. Anyways, I rambled on long enough. But yeah, white privilege is real. Black lives matter. We all need to do better. I've been Ange, and I will see you